parts of his character and cherished him for his vulnerability while admiring him for his own.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of South Africa, President Cyril Ramaphosa, other heads of government here present, my colleagues, former presidents, government officials, my Lord the Archbishop, and my Lord Spiritual, the family of Prince Buthelezi. Let me take this moment to share a few words from the long tribute that I've written and sent to the family. Soon after the creation of Inkatha Freedom Party, Prince Buthelezi was invited to Nigeria for us to have direct account of why and how. And he came and he briefed us. Well, what he said on that occasion still continues to ring in our minds. Today, we have lying in front of us a hero, a victor, a conqueror in the struggle and fight against human inhumanity, against human. We are here not to mourn or to sorrow, but to celebrate a life dedicated to making other people's lives better and to making the place he found himself better than what that place was as he departed from the place. In 1986, as a member of the Commonwealth Eminent Persons Group, I visited South Africa and had the opportunity to meet with some of the key stakeholders in the struggle against apartheid. I visited President Mandela in Portsmouth Prison, and I had a long discussion with him. We discussed many things, but one of the things I did ask about was Prince Buthelezi. I said to Madiba, and I quote, When you leave prison, your problem will not be resolution of racist differences alone, but also resolution of ethnic differences. And Nelson Mandela understood me perfectly, and he responded, and I quote, "You are referring to Comrade Buthelezi. He is a freedom fighter in his own right. The means are different, but the objectives are the same." End of quote. Despite the narrative surrounding Prince Buthelezi at the time, Nelson Mandela knew who Prince Buthelezi was and knew that at his core, when one looks at Prince Buthelezi, one sees a committed fighter for greater freedom in South Africa. I learned a good lesson from that position of Madiba, and I reported it to Prince Buthelezi. During the period that the IFP and ANC had their issues, Mandela never questioned the genuineness and the authenticity of Buthelezi as a committed freedom fighter. The fact that South Africa did not descend into a full-scale civil war during the 1990s is one of the true miracles of our time. Prince Buthelezi must be commended for his resistance to escalating tensions with the ANC. Not only did Prince Buthelezi balk at the thought of civil war, but he was more than ready to sit around the table and offer his wisdom for the establishment of a new South Africa. While being able to sit across the table, Prince Buthelezi also exhibited a position of principles during the negotiations, which some might say were disruptive to the negotiations, while others will see it for what it was: a man dedicated to the people he served. I talk, of course, of the prince's insistence on Isilo, the Zulu monarch, being part of the negotiation. During the negotiation, Prince Buthelezi exhibited a capacity for compromise, such as accepting that South Africa will not be a federal state system in which provinces will hold greater power. However, on the issue of traditional leadership, Prince Buthelezi took a principled stance. During the visit of Commonwealth Eminent Persons Group to South Africa in 1986, I asked Prince Buthelezi what was goading him on. Without hesitation, he replied, "Interest of all people of South Africa." I said, "We are all with you." Taking a trip down memory lane was also his gracious acceptance to attend my 82nd birthday on March 5th, 2019 in Abeokuta, in Ogun State of Nigeria. On that occasion, he gave an inspiring lecture, which was laden with memorable narrations of how South Africa rose to freedom from apartheid and the roles of different actors in the emerging scenes. The reality of the blessing wondrously manifested when on March 5th, I saw him 90 years plus, globally revered Zulu prince, standing by the podium with a firm gait and magisterial, penetrating voice, and the awe on the faces of the audience, attentively listening to the hitherto unheard stories of the struggle against apartheid in South Africa. I had my eyes glued to him throughout the lecture, my mind walking with him along the historical journeys he traced with excitement in my eyes and sprinkle of smiles for supporting the effort, especially of the Inkatha Freedom Party, which he led, and the ANC in the struggle against apartheid. It was one of the best lectures I've ever listened to, and from the feedback from the audience, one of the most memorable. When I honored his invitation to deliver the keynote address at the occasion of the inaugural public lecture on the key aspects of Prince Buthelezi's legacy on March 21st, 2023 in Durban here, I did not know that that would be our last meeting. But I am delighted I spent good time with him on that occasion. Indeed, the death of a leader of Prince Buthelezi's stature is a big loss, not only to his immediate family and country, but to the whole of Africa, or if I may add, the whole of black race. He lived to work for dignity of humanity, but particularly dignity of the black man. History will record his vital contribution to the realization of the dream of regional unity in Southern Africa. To learn more about his life is to learn more about strong moral leadership, commitment to principles, dedication to the people he served and led, and what it truly means to possess the traits of courage and bravery. Prince Buthelezi had the misfortune of being born during trying times, but the fortune to walk among giants and the ability to become one great giant himself. In this context, the Zulu nation, South Africa, and indeed the African continent as a whole must continue to honor and hold him in high regard, despite the fact that he is no more with us here on earth, but his legacy remains with us. May his soul rest in perfect peace.